Are you tired of plucking your chin hair? Are you tired of the fact that your hair is falling out every time you try to brush it or comb it or wash it? Are you tired of the belly fat? It is just sticking onto your body like glue and it is getting bigger and bigger. You're not pregnant. Sometimes people ask you if you are. Are you tired of having brain fog and fatigue, anxiety, insomnia? You put your head down to sleep and you just cannot get any sleep. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 everyday things that are causing your symptoms of hormone imbalance. Everything I just mentioned before is tied to hormonal imbalance. And no, it is just not a natural process of aging. Just kick that lie to the curb, because if it was, everyone who's aging would have these symptoms. And yet there are people who don't. And no, it is not just something you're doomed to have because your mother or your grandmother or her great-grandmother had these symptoms. It can be related to genetics, but I'm going to show you how to be the person that stops it in your genes, and the generations after you don't have to go through that, girl, because I had to do it. I remember how embarrassing it is to have chin hair and you get to somewhere and you're just like, I don't remember if I tweezed, or someone comes up to you on a day you thought you'd meet nobody in town or in the store, and then you meet someone you know and you're just like, I was not prepared for this. Girl, I got you today. So we're gonna go through five things, and we're gonna get into it right now. 5 things that you can stop doing today and see results. And at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus item that unfortunately doctors are telling you is okay and is the number 1 thing causing generational hormonal imbalance. Listen, if you're African American, you need to get angry with me before I even get there, because this is happening to us at way higher rates than other women. This is not a race video, but these are just the statistics and the facts. So let's jump into it before we get there. Number 1, plastics. Oh my goodness. Guys, do you know that they have known about BPA? I was doing research on BPA, I don't know, a couple years ago maybe, and it is something that's been known that BPA causes hormone disruptions, and I mean, it causes so much chaos in the human body. But it's still in our food. It's still in our water bottles. Our water bottles are not BPA free. If you drink water from those soft water bottles, you know, the convenient ones, the ones we all want to have on trips, it contains BPA. BPA is a hormone mimicker. So it pretends to be like your hormones. Little BPA pieces, so to speak, the pieces of it go to your cell. I'm going to draw this cell so you understand just what plastics are doing. Now, plastics are not just found in water bottles. Sometimes your canned goods, if they don't say BPA free lining, then they have BPA. Sadly, children's toys, listen, it's everywhere. It's in our beauty products. Okay, let me not get ahead of myself. Boom. If this is your cell right here, right? On your cell, there are receptors. Receptors receive things that are coming in from outside and or messages. Hormones are messengers. Hormones come into your cell through these gates that are shaped to receive just the hormone that's coming in. So because I drew little circles, I'm going to draw sort of like a half moon receptor site over there, and this receptor site allows these little hormones to come in. Say that's estrogen. For this example, we're gonna say this little circle is estrogen, and of course in the cell we have our ATP, we have our DNA strands. Okay, so estrogen comes in and it tells the cell whatever the message has been sent, right? From the brain. And so your body functions properly. Now, what BPA and estrogen mimickers do, they have these huge molecules that come and they sit and they fit right there and they block it. Boom. Now, here's the problem with this. Your body cannot get the right messages from your estrogen, but it seems like you have too much estrogen. Does that make sense? Because you have this fake estrogen sitting on your estrogen receptor sites and is causing your body to feel and to act and to send messages that you have too much. And besides that, some of your cells will notice that, oh my, this is a plastic. And so it is a toxin. It is a danger. It's a threat to your body. So then they take it and they hide it. They snatch it away and they hide it in these juicy cells called visceral cells. What are visceral cells? They are your fat cells. They are what cause you to have sticky belly fat and sticky fat everywhere else. Have you ever felt pudgy? Like you're just like, I just feel pudgy all of a sudden, right? It's not like you gained all this weight, but you just feel bloated and like your face shape is changing and you just feel puffy, right? That could be part of the problem right here. So what happens is, again, your body starts to react like you have an estrogen overload. Then that can cause so many issues that we're not going to go all the way into it today, but I will give you options if you want to know more. All right, so let's get on to the next thing. Let me get my trusty wipes. Trusty wipes. The second thing that you can just stop today. You can just stop today and start to see improvements in your life. So yes, plastics, get rid of the plastics. Start using glass bottles, stainless steel, even to store your food, especially when it's hot. You know how we like wrap hot food and we put like saran wrap on it? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Soft plastics are not helping us. It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. All right, so that's plastics. Number 2. Ladies, you're not gonna like this. But here's the thing. You can either continue to allow culture to tell us what to do with our bodies. That's not good. Or we can change things. Fake nails. Here's the thing. I know there are so many varieties of fake nails and they make our nails look really, really cute. Something my nails are not doing right now. Not looking cute. Okay? So, fake nails. I'm just being honest. Fake nails are so pretty and they're so vibrant and they're just so elegant sometimes, and sometimes they're tacky, let's be honest. But fake nails are a process where somebody takes your nail, removes the protective barrier, puts toxins that even like people who work in nail salons try to protect themselves from the toxic fumes of the actual product they're putting on our nails. And then what happens? Our body, because it's porous, our body eats everything, by the way. Our skin eats, our nails eat, our hair eats. Everything gets taken into your blood system. So now you have those cute nails, but you've dumped a lot of toxins into your body. And some of them are estrogen mimickers. Some of them just increase your cortisol. Some of them just wreak havoc and cause cancers. Listen, this is the real deal. Look it up. See the ingredients in some of these nail products, and you will probably change your mind as well. Or look for healthier alternatives. They may cost more, but the truth is you're going to pay. You're either going to pay on the front end or you're going to pay on the back end with some horrible illness and or your life. Choose. Number 3, listen, I am not profiting, just telling you the truth, okay? So I'm just a neutral party sharing with my sisters, because here's the thing, guys, I didn't know this either. And I was very, very sick for a long time, doctor to doctor to doctor, being told there's nothing wrong because the tests are not actually showing what was wrong with me because they were not doing the right tests on me. Anyway, that's a story for another day. And I'm like, no woman is going to go through this for as long as I live. So nails, we can just stop it. Number 3 is fast food. I am coming hard, and I'm not. Am I not? Just coming and getting all the heavy hitters. Here's the thing about fast food. Not only are, of course, the ingredients, we already know that. There are few people who think fast food is healthy. So this is not a talk about fast food is unhealthy. We know that. But sometimes it's delicious. And every now and again, I'll grab a piece of fast food, especially fries, you guys. Ay, I struggle. But I gave it a corner in my life for the every now and again. So fast food is causing our bodies to not only store extra fat. I heard this sentence from one doctor who talks about hormones online, and I thought it was brilliant. And she said, every time your body stores fat, it means you have excess. And I was like, oh, that is so simplified. That just opened up all these thoughts for me, because I'm like, that's brilliant. And it's true. If I want to know if I'm having excess, if my body has to put it away, it's like your fridge, being full of like leftovers. That's what happens when you see extra fat cells being accumulated on any part of your body. But that's not always the case, because there are some chemical compounds put in our fast foods, in our packaged foods, in our processed foods that can sometimes mimic your hormones. Of course, we talked about the plastics, and that's abundant in fast foods. I mean, just look at the containers that we get our fast food in, our wrappings, everything, and the way they come processed, pre-processed, pre-packaged, stored away, sucking in all them plastics and the chemical compounds found in the food. Every fast food joint is different. So if you have a favorite one, dig into that one. Do your research on it and see exactly what's in your food. If it does not have a name you can recognize, like if it doesn't say, oh, this contains banana leaf extract or banana leaf powder extract, be aware of that, okay? Because that might not be a good thing. But if it's an ingredient that you don't recognize, it was made in a lab. If it was made in a lab, and I'm not talking about just because you don't know the fruit or the vegetable, I mean like dimethocyphosphate. That did not come from a tree. It was not plucked. It was not grown in a garden. So all I'm saying is, if you find stuff like that, then you know that you are consuming toxins and hormone mimickers and things that would cause your body to spike in certain hormones like insulin, which will then knock off your testosterone levels, which can then lead to you having chin hairs and balding, thinning hair, all this stuff just because of fast food. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. All right, number 4. We are chugging through. My goodness. I hope I'm not going too fast, but I want to get to the 5th one, the good stuff right at the end that I told you about. Number 4 is, once again, I'm hitting hard, ladies. All in love. Beauty products. Beauty products are, It's like if it was intentional, if the whole play against our hormones was intentional, they are definitely located in all the right places, because we love beauty products and we love our makeup and we love our skincare smell goods, and there are options, right? But the mass marketed products contain a bucket load of toxins. Toxins that, yes, your body is going to have to fight off and are probably going to cause you other illnesses, but they also contain hormone disruptors. What is a hormone disruptor? A hormone disruptor just means something that disrupts your hormones. And the disruption we're talking about is like if you are trying to, have you ever run a relay race or watched a relay race? That thing where someone has this stick, a short stick. I used to run it. And so you have your next team member over there and you have to take this thing and go and give it to that person. Then they take it and give it to the next person, and they take it and boom, your team wins. Woo! Sometimes you would fumble and fall and your teammate is waiting. They can't come and get it from you. They have to wait. And everybody's silent watching what would happen. One time I ran a race and my teammate who was doing the first leg was so slow, and I think she dropped it, so she had to go back and pick it up and come and give it to me, and I flew to the next person so that our team still won. Your hormones want to do that for you. Your hormones want you to win. But hormone disruptors are like that person who falls down or who just gets injured. And now there's no one to take that stick to the next person in the team. So the next leg just doesn't happen. They just can't run. They have to wait there. Hormone disruptors destroy your hormone pathways. So this hormone that's supposed to tell your brain that it's time to sleep is just been disrupted. Why? Because you drank coffee. And what did coffee do? It spiked your cortisol. And your cortisol, what did that do? It spiked that other hormone, and then the other hormone, and the other hormone. But it was not the pathway that was leading to your melatonin being released. So guess what doesn't happen tonight? Melatonin is not released on time. Is that making sense? So when it comes to estrogen is made by your body. One of the things that is needed for your estrogen to be made is progesterone. Progesterone is a hormone that is released after a woman ovulates. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the bonus point, which is coming up right after this. And it's going to show you how your hormones have been set up to fail for generations. It should make you mad, I promise you, and we should do something about it. We cannot let this go on, you guys. We can't let this go on because it's harming women, and after they give birth, they're going into depression and they're going through so many issues for the rest of their lives, which thankfully it can be fixed, but it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Okay, so beauty products. I'm talking lotions, I'm talking makeup, and everything like lipsticks. I try to find the most natural products, like lip stains that contain beetroot powder. Because did you know that it can stain your lips just fine with beetroot powder? I also make my own body products, and when I don't make them, I buy them from homemade small batches. Does that mean it's going to be a little more expensive? The answer is yes, but remember what I said earlier? You're going to pay. You are going to pay. I would rather pay with money. So consider that. Also, it might make you rethink certain things. You might be like, okay, I want to have a really great quality lotion, but maybe I don't need the full 14 inches of makeup on my face. Maybe I'm going to cut down on some of that. It might not be necessary. You're so beautiful without it. I promise you. And I know you've heard it before. I know people have tried to tell you, but I was stubborn too. So now I own 3 pieces of makeup: a lip color, an eyeliner, and a, what's it called? Clay-based powder. Okay. Okay. It's different, right? And sometimes you have to get used to it. Sometimes you have to adjust, and it can be daunting. It can be challenging, but you can do it. The 5th thing, and again, I am giving you guys like super bonus over here, because this is something that has been not just okayed. Okay, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about how I was so enraged to the point of tears. And I hope I don't get enraged again. For this one, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to tell you a story. I was watching a short clip on the internet about hormones. I was watching to see what the doctors are saying about PCOS specifically, which is such a complicated name, polycystic ovarian syndrome, such a complicated name for hormone imbalance. Okay, I'm gonna let that sink in. But here I was watching, and I'm gonna give you context. It's going to have racial descriptions, but it's not about race, okay? So don't get uncomfortable. It's okay. Let the guard down. It's a show headed by a white male doctor. Now, I'm not going to say his name, but on his show, he had a guest doctor come on, and she was a black female doctor, mid-age, really put together, wonderful. And then they had a guest patient on the show, another middle-aged black woman, and she had signs of hormone imbalance, some slightly visible. So they were talking about hormone imbalance on this show, and this man, was asking this female doctor, the black female doctor, and he said to her, hey, so, how would you deal after they talked about this woman's symptoms, okay? And she had quite a few symptoms of what could be PCOS. She hadn't been tested, so it wasn't confirmed. But, it was basically like, oh yeah, she's got it. All right. So it was like, oh, so how would you treat her? This woman, black doctor, goes to a table to show how she would treat the woman in her medical setting as a doctor. And she had 2 products on the table. Why do I get so emotional about this? She had 2 products on the table. One of them was the pill. A packet. The pill, okay? The pill, like I don't want to get pregnant, but I want to do the business. That pill. And then the second one was metformin, a cream. Metformin. It's a medication that's used for people with diabetes to control their insulin levels. All right. Okay, listen, let me paint this picture a little bit deeper for you. The client was a little overweight, okay? Heavy-set black woman who is here because she has these symptoms. And her symptoms are hormone imbalance symptoms. This doctor says I would give her the pill. Okay, listen, y'all. I don't think you guys understand what the pill does. So, okay, let me tell you what the pill does. Imagine this is your uterus, and these are your fallopian tubes where you make eggs. All right, this is where your eggs come from, and this would be the cervix. Okay, and there you have it. All right. So this is your uterus. When you ovulate every month you ovulate, you release an egg. The egg comes, so great, hangs out. If it doesn't get fertilized, your body's like, oh, let's flush it out, right? And then you have your period, and bloop, it's flushed out. What happens to that over here where the egg was, it was in a little sac. This sac becomes a manufacturing plant for the hormone progesterone. Progesterone is one of the most amazing hormones you need to know if you're watching this video. Why? Progesterone is, number one, your happy hormone. It causes you to live lighter. Have you noticed you might just be feeling gray or anxious or moody or maybe even a little depressed? You're like, I've not been told I'm depressed. Maybe I'm on medications and I don't know why, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. You may be low in progesterone. Progesterone is that mood lifter. It's the happy hormone. So now, if you stop ovulating, stop women's ovulation. Done. Women, you're not ovulating. You're done. Guess what does not happen? Progesterone does not get released. Mood goes low. What happens when people get on the pill? One of the first things that happens, they gain a ton of weight. Second thing, they get moody, irritable. Like, it's just like, it turns into this like, Argh! No progesterone. How can you be? Like, your body knows what it's doing. God knows what he was doing, making this incredible machine. So now imagine months and months and months and months and years and years and years of stopping your body from producing progesterone every month. I wish the only side effect would be that you would be grumpy. I wish that was all that would do. But guess what? There's more. Progesterone is like It's like the hormone that other hormones are kind of made from. Does that make sense? So your body takes progesterone, and from it can manufacture enough estrogen if it needs it. And your androgens, which are male hormones, women, we have them too. Not quite as many as men, but we do have them. And then it manufactures testosterone. You have testosterone too. I have it in limited amounts. It's only when it goes out of order that we have a problem, like chin hairs, thinning hair, just this rage and anger, male characteristics, or hair growing everywhere on your bottom, on your chest, nipple hair, belly button hair, too much testosterone. But guess what? If you knock off progesterone, you also knock off some other hormones. So it's a disaster. It's so sad that someone whose hormones are knocked off, they're already imbalanced, is being told or given a solution like the pill, which will further knock off her hormones. And worse still, she probably might have hormone imbalance because of the pill. It might have been that set her off in the first place. I've known doctors now to be so crazy and give teenagers the pill because of acne or because they have period cramps that are too painful. Are you kidding me? This girl already has a hormonal imbalance. Why are you giving her more hormonal imbalance? And then you see these kids are growing up and in their 20s and 30s trying to have babies, and they can't have babies. Do you know which hormone sustains a pregnancy? The one that we shut down with the pill. You guys, I don't know. I'm so mad. I am so upset about this, because then if that woman whose hormones are low, right? She might figure this out to spend this much money and get pregnant anyway. But now she's going to give birth to a child who's hormonally imbalanced. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. He or she is coming out already limping, so to speak, because their hormones are already imbalanced. Now, can that all be fixed? Is it the end? Yes. It will take work. It will take education. It'll take lifestyle changes, but it can be fixed. Which is why when people then get on the right diet and they do this and, all this kind of stuff, they can get pregnant. But why are we putting people through this? Our teenagers have chin hair and they're struggling. They have weight issues because their body is putting the weight in all the wrong places because their hormones are out of whack. Oh, you guys, come on. I can talk about this for hours, literal hours. And it's just so emotional for me. Listen, if you're like, hey, listen, I already have all these symptoms and I would like some more information. I have a longer masterclass coming up. It is going to be in the description below, depending on when you watch this video, okay? The masterclass is actually on the day this video is going to release. So you might be lucky. But come on in. And I'm going to show you how you can DIY that chaos back to order. I shouldn't even say it's a free masterclass because honestly, you're going to be paying with your time and I'm going to be paying with my time, my experience, all the coaching I've done for women, the book I've written. It's called Feel Like Yourself Again. I'm just giving you the whole play. And I was actually looking around to see if I have it around here somewhere. Oh, it's right here. It's right here on my bookshelf. And it's called, my good night, How to Feel Like Yourself Again, a DIY guide to reset your hormones, boost energy, reclaim your life in just 12 weeks. And the most incredible thing about this book, the way I wrote it, is not like other books where you are just getting information. This is a transformational book. I just opened a random page and there you have it. You get to walk yourself through this program. Now, I do have an online version of this, the program, but yeah, you get like, the lesson part of it. It tells you about whatever it is, and then we look at your life and walk you through daily prompts for 12 weeks. This was a lot of work, but I am glad and proud to be the author of this book because it can change lives. Okay, so I'll put a link in the description for this as well. Meanwhile, let's talk about the second thing the doctor told this woman she could do, which was metformin, an insulin drug. They use this mostly for type 2 diabetes, of which, if you have type 2 diabetes, a family member, a loved one, I'm sure you've seen by now on the internet streets that you don't have to. If you have type 2 diabetes, you don't have to. I'm not saying I'm not telling you what to do with your health, but you don't have to have it. And one of the quickest ways I can give you right now that you can plug and play is to get on a plant-based diet. It doesn't have to be forever, but if you get on a plant-based diet for 21, 30 days, maybe 60 days, balanced plant-based diet, not just eating, don't eat fake meats now. That's chemicals. Don't do that. Eat real food the way your great-great-great-grandmother, your great-grandmother, maybe, somebody out there, because here's the thing, they used to eat meat, but not like we do. They used to eat this much meat, this many greens, this much whatever, right? And they used to exercise, and they used to work with their hands. And I'm not necessarily talking about slavery in this country. I'm talking about just whoever your grandmother is in like her right setting. She was still like active and she was eating so good off her land. So she was not necessarily having to be plant-based. But in today's age, the cows that you're buying, the beef from the market, it's been fed hormones and medications, antibiotics that are destroying your gut bacteria. Your gut bacteria makes hormones for you to not eat too much. Did you know that? Your gut bacteria creates GLP-1, which is the hormone that drug manufacturers are mimicking when they make all these weight loss drugs. Your body makes it, but you've got to feed the gut bacteria well to make more of it. And what do gut bacteria love? Fiber. There's no fiber in animal products. It's all in plant products. Eat plants, natural plants, balanced diet, protein, greens, fats, carbs. Jesus ate bread. Don't tell me not to eat bread. Yes, it was good grains, ancient grains. I get ancient grains, so can you. You can eat ancient grain bread too. So, that was a rant. The pill, metformin. Here's the issue with that. We're just going into this woman's body, right, who's struggling with insulin resistance and also struggling with PCOS because it is tied to insulin levels. What is spiking her insulin? Any guesses out there? One word. Diet. You know, it's one thing. I am so mad about this. I am so mad about this episode. I wish I could not be so mad so I can just be like reasonable about it. But I'm so mad about it because Black women have higher rates of cancer, higher rates of diabetes. Diabetes, by the way, is a hormonal imbalance because insulin is a hormone. Black women are struggling from postpartum depression at higher rates than other races. Black women are dying in and around birth, sometimes tied to their hormones, especially when it comes to self-harm. This doctor knows that. She's a Black doctor, but she's been through med school. She knows the side effects of these medications that she's telling you to take. Why in the world is she doing that? Why is she doing that? Why is she doing that? Knowing that that woman she's telling that you could take this, like, you know, she has a higher propensity for the negative side effects of these medications. And she's going to suffer from it, but not just her. It's going to be her daughters and her daughters' daughters and her daughters' daughters' daughters. And yet she could stand there and almost without a conscience give this woman an option to take the pill. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Just no. Guys, eat better, okay? We can do it. I did it. I did it for my health, yes, but I also did it for my daughter's health. We can eat better. It took time to change our diet because I had kids, right? And I had to involve them in the learning and in the preparation so that they could do it. Yes, we're busy, but you can meal prep. I don't teach meal prepping. I teach hormones. I coach women on that, but guess what? I've learned about meal prepping from women who meal prep, and they have videos in it on the internet. So you can learn how to prepare food ahead of time to make it less daunting and less busy when it's time to eat, you know, and the kids are hungry and you have a busy life and you might work 2 jobs and whatever it is, you can plan way ahead. And actually, like right now you feel tired because your hormones are out of balance, but when you start eating better and, you know, putting all these things into practice, your energy levels will start to increase. It's a holistic approach. It's the whole thing. We have to look at your body, your stress levels, your diet, how much exercise do you do, and if you're not exercising yet, start slowly. Start slowly. Join an online community of people that are doing the thing that you want to do, but don't have the strength to do it alone and don't have the know-how, get a coach. Listen, you will save not just money over time, but you will also save time, which is more important than money because we have a limited amount of it in this life. So that woman could have just changed her diet. And yes, the doctor, the male doctor, went on to show her, how she can swap out different foods and stuff, but not in depth enough, especially not in a delicious way. Because I'm like, listen, y'all, we need to eat and we can eat more plants, but we can make them delicious. Plant-based is not boring. It's not yucky. My kids, I have 5 children. They eat it happily. Because we make it delicious. We make it delicious, nutritious, and healthful to feed the body well. I'm not 100% plant-based. And if that's not your calling, that's not what I'm asking you to do. But I'm telling you that you need to take your health back. And you need to listen to your body. If it's telling you there's a problem, there's a problem. Doesn't matter what someone else says. If your body's saying there's a problem, there's a problem. And you can just take care of it. You don't even need to get confirmation of what it is, because the taking care of it is not going to be harmful. You're just going to level up. You're going to level up your fitness. You're going to get a body you love to look at in the mirror. Girl, you're going to get a chin that's smooth like butter. You can do all of that. You can do it. So, all right, diet, exercise, absolutely. Get the exercise, drink water, get sleep. Let me tell you, these phones, where's my phone? These things are killing us. They're unnecessary. Oh, these are my babies, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it went away. There. Those are my babies. But yeah, like we need more sleep, okay? We need more sleep. And we're not getting enough sleep. And it's miserable. Our bodies are struggling for it. There's more. But like I said, if you want more, hop in the masterclass. I've enjoyed hanging out with you today and encouraging you to take your health back. I'm going to be going now. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.